Hi, everybody. Sorry, I kind of looked like it started all over again on me, but we'll get there. Still learning about all this stuff. Um, but yeah, today I wanted to kind of break down the Letitia Stock case. So sad that 11-year-old stepson um, was unalived by her, and um, his name was Gannon. Letitia's father, or not Letitia's father, Letitia's husband was in the National Guard. So he would leave every now and again and leave Letitia with Gannon, take care of Gannon. I'm going to start by going over pretty much the timeline of the disappearance of Gannon and what happened. And then there's, we all know that her trial is on right now. There's a lot of things going on with that. This is kind of a strange case, and she changed her plea from not guilty to um, not guilty by mental insanity, whatever the insanity plea. I'm just going to say it. I don't know that I believe that she had a psychotic break, is what her lawyer is saying. I don't know that I believe that. I'm having a hard time dealing with the insanity plea with this case. I guess the lawyer is going to have to convince me, because right now I just don't see it at all. But let's start with pretty much the timeline, the facts of the case. So on January 27th, Gannon was reported missing by his stepmother, who is Letitia Stout. She told the El Paso County Sheriff's Office he left home between 3:15 and 4 p.m. on that day to walk to a friend's house in Colorado Springs. The initial press release on his disappearance describes the call about him as a report for a juvenile runaway. Now, we also know a little bit more since having listened to the trial that she couldn't even tell the police what home he went to, what was the name of his friend, nothing. Okay. Little suspicious, right? January 30th, his disappearance was now classified as a office asked anyone with information to call authorities and blast what was described as misinformation on social media about the case. Officials did not specify exactly what misinformation they were referring to. We do know that Letitia, her husband, came home right away. He was trying to get what happened out of her. She gave like 4 different stories, something about being raped. The guy took Gannon. I think she had 2 different names for the guys that raped her. I don't know. And it made it hard to believe because her story was changing every single time she told it. So then on February 3rd, though officials didn't specifically address any rumors, Letitia Stock responded to online comments vilifying her in an interview with the local CBS affiliate KKTV. I took care of Gannon for the last 2 years in our home. I would never, never, ever hurt this child. And I know there are some questions out there. That's up to the investigators when they end up letting you guys know, but I've cooperated with them, she told KKTV. We are going to find Gannon, and that's the main goal that we all have. I'm just ready for Gannon to come home. And she told him that the family has received more than 20 death threats. Officials said that they put in thousands of hours into search efforts, including through aerial drone footage and search and rescue canines. Not finding anything. Those involved in the search included the FBI Child Abduction Rapid Deployment, National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and Colorado Springs Police Department. So they put out every effort to find this little boy. On February 4th, a neighbor comes forward with surveillance footage that he says shows Letitia Stout leaving the house with him and returning hours later alone. Neighbor Roderick Drayton told ABC News he decided to look through his footage once the search intensified and saw Stout getting into a red pickup truck Monday morning at 10:13 a.m. The footage also appears to show Gannon walking slowly as he approaches and gets into the truck, according to Drayton. When she returns in the truck at 2:19 p.m., Gannon is nowhere to be seen. A spokesperson for the sheriff's office told ABC News that investigators have a copy of the video and do not dispute Drayton's description. This is just one piece in a very, very large puzzle. Spokesperson Jackie Kirby told ABC News. Drayton says he showed the security footage to Gannon's father on Sunday, and he just broke down crying and said she lied. She lied about the time. He didn't go to a friend's house. On February 5th, Gannon's biological mother and father made a gut-wrenching plea together for anyone with information to come forward. A kid doesn't just disappear and no one sees him. So if you have anything that's credible, if you're afraid, don't worry about it. Imagine my son. Imagine how afraid he is, Gannon's mother, Landon Hyatt, said through tears in a YouTube video that was posted to El Paso County's official channel. Gannon's younger sister, Layla, also sat down with the parents for the statement. And at the end of the video, she said, "I love you, Baba." Neither parent addressed the rumors about Letitia. On February 16th, authorities provide the latest update on the search for Gannon. They received 555 tips, but he still wasn't found. On March 2nd, Letitia Stout is arrested and held without bond in Horry County, South Carolina, before she's extradited to Colorado Springs. While his body has still not been found, she has been charged with first-degree murder of a child under 12 by a person in a position of trust. Child abuse resulting in death, tampering with a unalived human body, and tampering with physical evidence, according to El Paso County Sheriff Bill Elder. They had did a search of the home and they found blood on the walls and bed of his room. And then she had taken off to South Carolina. So they, even though it was circumstantial evidence, they didn't have the body. I guess some of it, I don't know, do you call that evidence on the wall and on the bed circumstantial? I'm not sure, but anyway, on March 11th, she makes her first appearance in Colorado after being extradited from South Carolina, where she was arrested. She even did attempt on the way back from South Carolina to escape. She got out of her handcuffs, but she struggled with officers, didn't get away, and they showed that in the trial as well. She did not speak during her appearance on March 11th, but authorities said they had filed over 100 search warrants in the case and were confident the boy's stepmother was their suspect. Um, and on March 20th, they found Gannon in Pace, Florida, near the Escambia River Bridge. His he had been put, you guys, another suitcase trial. Oh my gosh. Um, I I can't even imagine. Um, he was in a suitcase, and a couple of people were working on the bridge and saw the suitcase, and they unzipped it right away. They could tell the stench. They called the authorities, and that is how Gannon was found. The El Paso County District Attorney's Office filed 9 additional charges against Letitia, including 1 count of first-degree after deliberation and 8 counts of committing a crime of violence. So, that's really interesting as far as what's gone on. There were recordings of her speaking with her husband on the phone, before she even took off to South Carolina. He wanted to know, he said, just tell me, I promise you we can get through this. What she didn't know was those recordings were being taped. The police were in on it. But he never told her that. In fact, one of them was on Valentine's Day, February 14th, because he wished her a happy Valentine's Day at the beginning of that call. And, he said, I just need to know, did you kill Gannon? And she got all upset. How would you even think I could do that? And blah, blah. Now it's a matter of, we know that she did this because she changed her plea from not guilty to mental insanity. I don't know. Like I said earlier, I'm having a real struggle with her lawyer saying psychotic break, right? I'm just having real trouble with that. I don't feel that she is that she did have a break. And I guess the reason that I feel that is because of all the different stories that she told, how she's talked to reporters and everything, trying to make herself look like the victim. It just was incredible. So like I said, her lawyer is going to have to convince me that she had some kind of psychotic break that caused her to do this vile crime. Because where I am right now, and tell me what you guys think, I'm not afraid for you to tell me if you don't agree with me. I kind of looked up and read about psychotic breaks and, what causes them. And typically, one of the things that I read was that they're caused by a traumatic event that happened, or, and there was nothing traumatic, that happened to her except when she did that, to bring on a break like that. So I don't know, sometimes it's my opinion that sometimes people use this to try to get out of life in prison, thinking that maybe they're going to get out earlier if they're sent to a mental health hospital. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot going on here, and it'll be interesting to see what we think Speaking of mental breaks, I'm going to show you a clip, borrowing it from, I think his name is Ikadmel. I don't know. I watch his channel a little bit, and he actually had the piece that I wanted to find versus going through all of the trial ones. But he had the piece that I wanted to find, and we're going to kind of view that. It's just a small piece together, and then we'll discuss whether you think she really maybe is psychotic, or if this was a ploy to look psychotic. So let's watch that together, and you guys can tell me what you think. And
close to those 2x4s that were previously mentioned.
Oh, she's doing that finger shit. Look at her. She like that. Look at her.
what she's
People's
doing.
Exhibit 384 is now a close-up photograph of the possible blood stains identified using placard B.
Yeah, we just have one other issue to bring up.
Go ahead.
Are you ready for it now?
Yes.
Okay. It's come to our attention.
Hold on just
Okay.
Oh, what else now?
go ahead and go, and we'll see your back on it. Okay, Mr. Allen.
It's come to our attention that during I think mostly the afternoon session of witnesses today, that the defendant has been flipping the bird potentially to witnesses or to our family that are here for Gannon. And there have been pictures that have been passed to me during this process. One, it's disrespectful to this court. It's disrespectful to this process. And I would ask the court to admonish her to refrain from acting this way in the future during the pendency of this case.
Okay.
Throw in the cage.
I've not seen any of that, but on the other hand, the defendant is to my far right. I can see.
Sorry to interrupt, but do you see her lawyers standing there next to her? Especially the one with the redder tie on. His facial expression is interesting.
See her
to say the
some
least.
on a screen, but I'll just take it as is.
They got the screenshots. Shit.
Ms. Stout, what you need to understand is that I can control the conduct of an awful lot of people in the courtroom, including yours. And don't do that. Don't show that kind of, don't be making disrespectful gestures to witnesses, to people, to family members, anything like that. You need to understand that if that continues, I can have you removed.
Oh.
And the trial will continue without you.
That's what you want.
And you will sit in a holding cell in this building. And every time we take a break, I'll bring you back up to ask whether or not you can conform your conduct to what I'm requiring. If you choose to act in a disruptive behavior or disruptive fashion, I'll just have you removed and we'll continue on without you. And then we'll check and see if you want to come back and behave in a respectful manner. So I'll just leave it at that. And we will see where we are on Monday. All right. All right. Court will be in recess. You can leave everything here.
Yeah, she thinks she's
So, what do you guys think? She was kind of laughing at the end there. Wow, right? What do you think? Do you think that she was doing that, flipping the bird, because she's mentally insane? Or do you think that she is just trying to look mentally insane, or maybe just what do I want to say? Maybe she's just the type of person that she's angry, so she's going to flip the bird. Try to, get her anger out somehow because she can't speak out, and so she's thinking this is going to be funny. We saw that in, wasn't it Aiden Fucci's trial? I think we saw that, if I'm not mistaken. And both times the judge took care of it. I mean, time will tell to see if she continues this behavior or not. But like I said, I'm going to have to be convinced. That wasn't convincing to me. She seems perfectly capable. She knew that they were going to take a recess. She stood up. She's smiling. I think that she knows exactly what's going on. And when they're talking about or showing things about Gannon, she puts her head down. She doesn't want to face anybody. So I really, really am having a difficult time with this. Please, if you disagree with me, if you know something about psychotic breaks, psychosis that I do not know, please share. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Because this case is interesting. It's very, very interesting. And I want to know what you think. Now, it's not over yet, obviously, and I'll continue to, do videos, maybe even jump on live when there's something of note. I'm not going to share every night. Pepsi. Because the Lori Vallow Daybell trial is also going on as well, kind of right along with this one. So it's too hard to do a live every night, especially when I have to work in the morning pretty early. So I look forward to the day that I'm retired, you guys, and do this full time. Then we'll have lives every single night, I promise. But until then, I'll just do, I'm going to try to do more videos during the week, especially now that I've figured out this software. Yay. I'm excited about that, to be able to share other screens and things like that. So that's exciting. And please, if you wouldn't mind liking the video, and especially those who may be watching it on replay, thank you so much for coming in and watching it. And please subscribe. I'd love to get all my subscribers back after the channel boo-boo that I had. And I did want to just say that it was not YouTube. It was me. It was my error. Yeah, it was my error. So crazy thing that I did. But so we're back on track now, and I plan to have something going every day. Doing a lot today to catch up with that. So you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks so much.